holy cow, we have been waiting for this for months, and we're finally here. Now, I know a lot of you have been hearing about it, seeing little things about it. We've been pushing things out to the community. And let me tell you something. People are ready to go. Hundreds of countries, people all around the world have been waiting for this. I know a lot of you in the US and Canada, you're like, just tell me when we can start selling it. We're ready. We're ready. Well, that is happening today. Now, we're joined by some awesome people. Jake Kevorkian, he is a travel expert. He's going to be walking us through the portal. We're here with the real John Melton, the #1 recruiter inside of the Nueva family. Let's give it up for John. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to kind of get started, and we want to kind of show you the portal. We want to kind of walk you through with Jake what this looks like, kind of why this is so incredible. Now, we're going to talk price, and you're going to see all the value here. But one of the things I want you to understand when Jake walks you through this is you're going to see a big emphasis on the hotels. You're going to see the all-inclusives, the cruises, the condos, and timeshares, and all different types of things in the travel suite of products. Just know that you're going to have access to all of this at the best price ever. And when we talk price, just know this, and we're really proud about this, is that you're going to get the value in all these offerings at the most inexpensive price compared to anybody out there, our competition. So you're going to be really excited about that. So Jake, I'd love to bring you on right now and have you bring up the Nueva travel portal and really walk them through kind of what we're offering, why it's so exciting, and why everyone is going to be really fired up to start promoting this.
Okay, buddy, you've got it. Let me see here. Now I've got to log in again. Give me 1 second here, Tony.
Yeah, no problem.
Just keep talking for a second.
Yeah, no problem. So Jake is someone that we've partnered with, and he's been great. Him and his partner DJ, we've been able to get on calls and really get the full scoop on this. And John and I and some other incredible people here have worked really hard to really get the best for the Nueva family, the best product at the best price. And another thing that you're going to see that I rave about, and that was a big reason we connected here, is that the white glove customer service is out of this world. A lot of us know that we're really busy, and as we bring a lot of people in and get a lot of people started, there's going to be questions when it comes to, the hotels or the condos or the cruises. And this company's white glove customer service is out of this world. So, Jake, I believe you got it pulled up now.
All right, you can see my screen, right?
I can, yep.
Okay, first off, Tony, it's really exciting to be here with you guys and just kind of partner with you as you launch this to the Nueva family. Guys, I'll tell you, this is the value that these guys are bringing you is second to none. I've been in the travel industry for many years, and I can tell you this platform right here and all that it offers, you're not going to find this anywhere else at this price. And I'm going to just kind of talk a little bit about it for a few minutes, and then I'll go and I'll go into the hotels section and show you how to book a room. But let me just say this: it's no different than anything you've been using in the past. And here's what's really interesting about the travel industry. Okay, Tony, is I talk to people every single day about travel, and we all just assume, I think, that the travel agents are kind of a thing of the past, right? I mean, we all think of the old travel agents that were in the strip malls as we were growing up, when you walk in and look at a brochure and book a travel vacation. Well, travel agencies and travel agents have not gone away. They've just evolved into what we call Expedia, Priceline, Kayak, Trivago, and all of the others that many of you have probably booked travel on. And here's what's interesting, and I tell people this all the time. Every single time someone books travel on any of those sites, somebody's getting paid, and they're getting paid a lot of money. Last year, Expedia alone, the Expedia group, spent over $10 billion in advertising. Now, Tony, you can imagine what these guys must be making, right? If they're spending $10 billion in advertising. So what's interesting is they have convinced us to go do all of the work, to download their app and to actually go and do all of the work, do the research, book the rooms and all that ourselves, but yet they're getting paid. They are travel agencies. That's all it is, right? It's a bigger, scaled up version of the mom and pop travel agencies that we used to see on every corner growing up as a kid. So what this platform is going to allow you guys to do is to do what you're doing already, which is booking your own rooms, booking your own cruises and your own rental cars and what have you. The only difference is with the Nueva platform, you're going to pay what we call net rate wholesale prices, okay? And this is real important to understand, when you download an app for free, you know that every single time you book something on that app, they are getting paid. They're making a markup on every single booking you ever execute on that site. So with the Nueva platform, you're going to get net rate prices, or what we call wholesale prices. All right. And that's going to range anywhere from, I would say on the low end, like 4 or 5%, all the way up to many times between 60 and 70% off the best online price that you'll find anywhere else. And you'll notice up here we have condos, cruises, getaways, hotels, homes, flights, and more. I'm going to just focus for just a minute. I'm going to come to the condos in a minute, but I want to focus on the hotels here. And again, you know, many of you have booked travel online before. You pick the location you want to go. We'll find some dates here. Let's just say we want to go, let's go into August. Let's go take a weekend trip. We're going to leave on the 10th and check out on the 14th. And we're going to pull up what's available in Chicago. Okay. Now this pricing is in real time. Okay. So it changes literally, you know, by the minute based on the inventory available. So this shows all the different hotels in the Chicago area right now. And it shows from the biggest savings down to the least amount of savings as you go through here. Now you can notice you can filter by price. You can filter by refundable, non-refundable. You can filter by star ratings. Tony, I'm sure you guys like the 5-star resorts. Here's the 5-star resorts, and it's pulling up right here, 5-star hotels. And you'll notice right now, currently, it's up to 28%, 26%, 22%. But right here, you'll notice the average internet rate currently for those dates in Chicago at the Waldorf Astoria, $3,199. Expedia has it currently for $3,145. So you can see here, this is a savings of $885 on our site. Okay. Park Hyatt Chicago, same thing. Here's a savings of $799 for these days. So just one short vacation here, even at these savings, which are, you know, as I said, sometimes it's up to 70%, but even at those savings, you can see that, you know, one trip, Tony, you more than pay for the entire membership. Let's go to, let's check out Las Vegas. See what's going on. So again, it works just like any other site. You know, you pick your location, you find your dates, 2 adults, 1 room. Let's see what's in Las Vegas right now. Again, all these prices are literally in real time. Okay, so here's Las Vegas, and it's pulling up. When you log in, you're going to see that it pulls up from the rooms with the highest savings, and then it just goes down from there. Okay, so if you want, like if you're flexible and you just want to save the most amount of money, you can see what that is. If you're a little more particular and you have to stay in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so you want to stay in a 5-star resort, click on filter by 5-star. Here's all the 5-star options in Vegas right now that are available. Let's go to 4-star. Here's the 4-star options. All right, check out 3 stars. So again, just like every other site that you've ever been to, but as you can see, these are the net rate prices. And this is what I was explaining to Tony before the call. We can't control what Priceline or Expedia or Trivago or anybody else is selling their inventory for. It's out of our control. We just pass on the net rate. And that's the reason that these prices are different from literally from, you know, minute to minute. So that's the hotels. We also have condos, and I'll just say this about these condos, guys. These are, and it works the exact same way. Okay, you click in here and you find your location, you pick the date, and do a search. But here's what's really cool about this, Tony, and this is where, I mean, there's so much value in this, it blows my mind. When you come into this section for the condo section, what you're looking at is unsold timeshare inventory. Okay, now you have access to this inventory, this unsold timeshare inventory, without being a timeshare owner. I want you to think about that for a minute. I mean, there are groups, and I've shared this with Tony, like literally right now as we speak, there's groups that are selling this platform for $7,500. Okay. And they're selling it to people that are interested in timeshares, right? Because you have access to the timeshares without spending 25 or 30,000 or $50,000 to be a timeshare owner. Not only that, you're not locked into any contracts. You're not locked into any long-term obligations. You don't have any maintenance fees. I'll give you a really good example, Tony. My girlfriend, she owns a timeshare up in Sky Valley, Georgia. We go up there once a week every summer. It's the week that she purchased, right, many years ago, when she spent like $10,000 to buy this timeshare. And a couple of years ago, we were up there. I pulled up the platform, and it was less money on our platform for a non-timeshare owner, you follow me, than what she paid that week in maintenance fees alone. So there is tremendous value in this site, not just from the hotels. I mean, this is, like Tony said, the hotels are kind of the sweet spot, right? I mean, I'd say 90% of the activity on this site is going to be in hotels, but to have access to unsold timeshare inventory, cruises, click into the cruises. Now, here's the thing about cruises. You're going to have to call to book your cruise. What they ask you to do is to log into the site here, and, you know, you can filter by sailing dates. You can filter by the price, the departure port, where you want to sail out of. You come on here, and as you can see right here, Tony, look right here. There's over 43,000 different sailings found right now as we speak. So literally every single cruise ship in the world, all the different ports, it's all right here. Anything you can find on Expedia, you're going to find right here. And on the cruises, you have to call in. You'll speak to one of our concierge specialists, and they'll book it for you. They just ask that you kind of go on here and figure out what you want to do first. And let me see. Let me get back here. So that's the cruises. We've got, you've got the flights on here. I'll tell you guys, honestly, the flights are here for convenience. Here's how the flights work in the travel world. There's really no, airlines don't give any discounts, right? We have it here for a convenience, and we guarantee the best possible price at time of booking, but you could probably find that same price somewhere else. So there's really not, the only thing on here that you're not getting net rate wholesale pricing on is flights, and that's the way every other portal is, because, as I said, the airline industry doesn't offer any discounts on that. We have luxury homes on here all over the world that you can go and book. So really anything that you're looking to do to travel, we've got right here. We've got rental cars. Again, hate to keep beating it up, but anything you can find on Expedia, you can find here, Tony. And all we've done is we've stripped out those commissions. We're selling it at the net rate. So when your members and your customers go and book, they're going to know, they're going to be guaranteed they get the absolute best price at time of booking. And again, depending on the inventory, depending on where all the other competitors are pricing that retail value at, that determines how much you're going to save. But it's always, on the low end, it's going to be about 5%, and it could be as high as 70%.
And talk about price match, Jake, the 110%, that's really important too for people to understand.
Yeah, for sure. So, and that's what we do, guys, because again, some of it is obviously out of our control. We want to make sure that you are guaranteed the best possible price. And there are very, very rare occasions where you might be able to go, say, directly to Marriott and book a room for a little bit less than you could here, okay? but we're still going to guarantee you the best price because here's how it works. Let's just say you're going to Dallas, Texas, and you want to stay at the JW Marriott, and you book it on our site, and then an hour later you see it on the JW Marriott site for $20 per night less or $30 per night less. What we do is we have a 110% price guarantee. So they will refund you the difference of price plus 10%. So you're still guaranteed to at least save 10% on that booking, even if you find it somewhere else. So you're not going to find that happens too very often. But again, if a particular hotel chain is running a special at that property, we can't control that. But what we will do and what we can control and what we can guarantee is that 110% price guarantee. You just have to, fill out a form, take a screenshot, send it in, and they'll refund you the difference plus 10%.
That's awesome. And here's a question live right now from Christine in the chat, that she's watching. So if there's an issue with the hotel room or the airfare or the cruise or something like that, how does it work? Are they coming to the Nueva reps or are they going to that 1-800 number, that white glove service?
No. We've got the white glove concierge service, 24-hour customer service. You pick up a phone and you're going to talk to a live customer service agent and they'll sort it through for you. But let me just say this, that shouldn't be a problem ever. If it is, yes, you've got 24-hour customer service at your fingertips. But here's what we do on our end, Tony. Our customer service team, every single time a room is booked, they will personally call the hotel with that confirmation number and make sure that they in fact got the order and they know the person's coming and they confirm the dates and all that. So it's already been confirmed by our customer service people before you ever go check in. But let's just say for whatever reason, there is an issue, right? Things happen. We're all human. You've got 24-hour customer service right at your fingertips.
Yeah, and then the getaways too that you see up there that's where you have the curated trips and you can click on all those. Those are really awesome because they put together these trips and they're really fun. They're exciting. They're all over the world. A lot of them will include different, and they'll tell you best savings, right, Jake? This is real time right now, what's available.
Yeah, and by the way, this is like, you'll look at this one for an example right here. Of the national parks. You can view details. These are all completely curated trips like this one, just as an example. And there's hundreds in here. I can't go through them all. But, here you got 7 days, 6 nights, departure date right here. They, includes all your different transfers to and from the airport or whatever. Right here, it's got your airfare included. So these are what we call complete curated experiences. And I'm not going to click on this, but each one has a little video that you can watch that talks about the details of a trip. And these are phenomenal, guys. These are incredible savings right here on these getaways. But you'll see there's so many of them. There's literally hundreds of them in here.
Yeah. Now what's great to everybody is that it's going to be $200 today to get started. So 160 of that is the activation fee. And then 40 is for the first month. And then after the $200, it's going to be $40 a month. So again, there's a one-time activation fee of $160, but it's $200 to get started because you have to pay the 40, right, for your first month. And then after that, it's $40 a month. Now, here's the thing. People have asked, do I have to pay that activation fee every year or every month? No. Now, the only time you will pay the activation fee again is if that you start with Nueva Travel for 3 months and get off, and then 2 months down the road you want to get back on again, you'll have to pay that activation fee again. But as long as you pay it one time and you stay on it every month for $40 a month, you'll never pay that activation fee again. Now, we got a big surprise for you. If we could pull up that loyalty vacation slide, because I love, Jake, for you to talk about this because this is super important. So one of the perks here at Nueva Travel is that we're going to do travel loyalty rewards. And this is everything. So what does this mean? And I'll have Jake walk you through this. But when you get started today for $200 And then for 12 consecutive months, and that is the key, 12 consecutive months, you spend $40 a month for your, portal, and you get all the exclusive savings with that, is that you now will qualify and get an email for one of these travel loyalty rewards. So Jake, take it away.
Yeah, and let me just reiterate one more thing. There's so much value in this membership, guys. It's just unbelievable. Again, like I know that the hotels are sort of the sweet spot. That's what most people are going to be using on a regular basis. But again, the unused timeshare inventory. If you're going to one of these cities, go in there, look at the unused timeshare inventory, because you have access to those to pennies on the dollar. And I just want to say it one more time. It's worth repeating. Those are timeshares that normally you would have to be a timeshare owner to have access to. Now, we've all heard some of the nightmares that possibly can come along with timeshare ownership, right? Like you're locked in forever. You've got maintenance fees. Those maintenance fees can go up each and every year. You're going to have access to all of that inventory, again, for the price that Tony just talked about. But at the end of 12 months, the travel loyalty rewards program, or the loyalty vacation program, is pretty special. And by the way, let me say this. There may be some people watching right now, and maybe you look at this and go, well, I really don't stay in hotels that much. When I travel, I stay with friends or whatever. I know there's some people that, maybe feel like you don't book, if you don't book 3 or 4 or 5 nights of hotels in a year, maybe you might be thinking, I'm not sure if this is for me. Well, let me tell you guys, we've got a lot of people that will activate these memberships for this loyalty rewards program, because here's the way I look at this, Tony. It's like having travel insurance, right? We know how important travel is. In fact, there's been many studies that talk about the health benefits, believe it or not, of travel. You've got you guys have the science and lifestyle. Well, there's a lot of health benefits that go along with traveling. So a lot of people, I believe, will see this as a way to secure this incredible vacation once a year. So at the end of 12 consecutive months, you've got your choice of a cruise getaway for 2 or a luxury resort stay. Now, all you're responsible for is taxes and fees, right? Like the taxes and resort fees, or taxes and port fees, whatever it may be. And with the cruise getaway, it's 5 days, 4 nights. The value of that is up to $1,000. Okay. And the value on the resorts, depending on which one you pick and how many nights and all of this, it's up to $5,400 in value. So again, 12 consecutive months on the Nueva membership. And it's like having your own personal travel insurance, where you can take you and your family on an incredible vacation once a year. I mean, I share, that little video I shared with you the other day. It's so true, right? Like the memories that we create with our family, nothing's more important than that. And I look back, Tony, my 2 kids are grown. My daughter's 35 and my son is 30. And, if you ask them what they got for Christmas when they were 12 years old, neither one of them could tell you, but they can rip off the memories that we've had on all the incredible vacations around the world. And that's what matters. And that's what's so exciting about what you guys are doing, is you're giving people an opportunity to create those amazing memories with their families for $40 a month, basically.
Yeah, I love it. It's basically, our business is now connected to bucket list dreams. People that want to travel the world for lifestyle, Rome, Bali, Fiji, just all over the world with cruises and phenomenal resorts. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. And to have a part in someone's passport to freedom, that's really cool, and it's really special. So now what I want to do is I want to bring on the real John Melton in the chat. Let's give John some love and Jake some love. And John, I really want to talk about something no one knows yet that we put together called these launch bonuses. And then also people are asking, well, John, can you talk about how the first order, is paid on this as well? So do I get a first order on the 200? Do I get a first order on the 40 every month? But let's give it up for John Melton.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Jake, you did an awesome job. Thanks for all the info. And yes, he said it, this is an annual trip. So you stay on this membership for 12 months, you get that loyalty trip every year, that loyalty vacation. And of course, we will have an FAQ. We will have these one pagers that are so beautiful that you can use as well. So look, the bottom line is we're just now going live today. It'll be on nuevalife.com. We'll be able to get customers later. Remember, the customer launches in July. For now, just social marketers. So whether you already became a social marketer, like you already got your product pack, you already ordered the Nueva body, or you haven't ordered anything or even registered, that'll all be done through nuevalife.com. We will let you know when the site goes live here in a little bit, should be very soon. So that's exciting. And yes, you can use it right away. Everybody asks, can I use it right away? Yes, you can. You can use it right away. But again, we'll have the one pager for travel. We'll have the one pager for the loyalty annual trip with all the details. We'll have an FAQ. We'll have the site. We'll have all the things. And wait till you see the page. It looks so good. And yes, we're going to have these momentum bonuses also for those of you. In fact, I don't know if we can bring up the slide just so everybody can see the different bonuses that are on the table for the month of July. So for those of you that really promote this, you can earn anywhere from an additional $50 all the way up to $5,000. And that's on top of the first order bonuses. So you do not get paid. Let's be clear. You do not get paid when someone books a hotel or when they're buying their cruise. Remember, we're doing the best possible pricing, wholesale pricing. So where we earn money, you, me, the company, the social marketers, we earn money on the membership. So it's all about selling the membership. $200 the first month and then $40 a month, no annual cost. As long as you stay on the $40 a month, you have the membership. So the fact is, for those of you that are selling this membership through the month of July, now it starts today, of course, right? All volume in June rolls into July. Good news? Yes. So with that being said, those of you that really hit this hard, those of you that are getting social marketers and or customers in July and counting today, on this membership, you have additional bonuses. So you're going to get the 20%. So let me back up for a second. Tony asked me to talk about the first order bonuses. So the way this comp plan works is we pay 20% on the first order that a social marketer makes. So if you enroll me and I get travel, you get 20%. You get 20% of that first order. Now, it's off the CV, the commissionable volume. The commissionable volume is 150 points. 150 points. So you're getting 20% off the 150. That's $30. And then on the monthly, you're also getting a percentage of the subscription, which is another 30 points of commissionable volume. So you're then getting 20% of the 30 CV as well, which is another $6. Plus, we're doing the 10% on the second level. So if you have someone on your team that's enrolling a lot of people in this membership, you're also getting 10% on the CV on the first month and the CV on the monthly. Now you might say, well, $6, that's not a lot. True, but that's one membership. What if you have hundreds? What if you have thousands? And by the way, the difference goes into the unilevel as well. So you could have a massive organization that's out there promoting travel in different cities, states, countries, continents, different currencies, languages. This is why we're doing travel. It helps us immediately go global. We've got the physical products, we got the digital product. And by the way, if you're in some other country where you're really crushing it with digital, with our travel portal, with Nueva Travel, then that'll be all the more reason and motivation for us to get into that market with physical products, especially if you build a huge organization there of customers, of social marketers. And even if you're in another country, you can still sell the physical products in the markets we have physical products in, which right now is US and Canada. So I just want you to get excited, tell your face, let's do some traveling, right? I love the curated trips. I love the fact that we can get wholesale pricing. I love the fact that we can do these annual trips, these loyalty cruises and resorts. I think it's like 3,000 different resorts you can choose from. So that's killer. Plus you got the price match. you got the customer service, you got these crazy deals, right? Wholesale pricing. I was talking to my buddy Mark Harbert, who I think is on here right now, and he's like, I wasn't really going to get on the Nueva train. I just, I was focused on my other things. He goes, but then I started looking things up on your. Well, he didn't look it up on our site, but he saw the demo that DJ did. So he's like, let me go on to the sites that I typically use. Let me pause the video. Let me go check out these sites that I use and compare. And he was blown away, like $300 in savings for these San Diego hotels he uses, and huge savings on these Cancun resorts he was looking at. He's like, I'm 52, man. I want to travel. And he goes, if I'm going to travel, why wouldn't I want the best pricing? Plus, if you're referring other people, you're going to eventually cover the cost of the membership. That's the idea, getting customers and social marketers on this membership. And even if you didn't use it for anything but just the annual cruise, the annual resort, that in itself would make it worth it. I think they said if you travel more than 4 times a year, you should use this. And I was thinking about all like the travel sports parents, right? Like we're always traveling for volleyball. We used to travel all the time for baseball. We'll be traveling again for baseball next year now that my son is recovered. So the fact is, this is a no-brainer for those of you that like to travel. And again, it helps you go global. Day one. So later today, it'll be on the nuevalife.com page. Tony, anything else that we should mention in addition to these bonuses?
No, just that go get them fast because they're going to go. I mean, people are running like crazy. They have big plans. And think about the people you know in Europe. Think about the people you know in Australia, Mexico, Brazil. One of the things too, John, is that our customer service speaks 5 different languages. So it's not just English. So, this is what I'm thinking. Oh, you speak Portuguese customer service? Who do I know in Brazil? Hello?
No, I love that. Yeah. I mean, I think it's what, Spanish, French, what else?
Jay?
I think there's about 12 different languages.
Oh, 12. Oh, wow. Better.
I think so. I just want to clarify one thing that John said. It was a great point. He traveled 4 times a year. Specifically what he's saying, I believe, because if you stay in a hotel, let's just say you take one trip a year and you're going to stay in a hotel for 4 nights, you're going to more than pay for this membership. It's not 4 different trips. 4 nights in a hotel, I'm telling you guys, 4 nights in a hotel, you're going to save money. And there's one little tip I'll give you, and you may have figured this out, John, when I brought up the slides on the hotel. If you're a little bit flexible in where you stay, you can save a lot of money. I'll give you the perfect example. My daughter and her husband, my son-in-law, were over in Orlando a couple of weeks ago. They stayed at the Four Seasons, okay? They like to stay at nice places. And they were there for 3 nights. Well, the Four Seasons obviously is a 5-star experience in Orlando. And when they were over there, I talked to them on the phone. I said, guys, if you'd been a little bit flexible, like they wanted to stay there because there's a lazy river in the back, and they had my granddaughter out there, and that's where they wanted to stay. But if you were willing to stay at a different 5-star property, same type of luxury experience, like the Waldorf Astoria at the exact same time, the Waldorf Astoria was $467 per night. Those 3 nights they were there, they paid $1,200, which was still a savings, $1,200 a night at the Four Seasons. So my point is they wanted to stay there, but if you have some flexibility and you just want to stay in a 4-star or a 5-star or a 3-star, whatever it is, you can really maximize your savings. And, 1 or 2 nights in a hotel, in many cases, will more than pay for the membership.
I love that. And when you look at some of the competitors out there, most of them obviously only have travel and they charge way more. There's companies out there, it's double, triple, quadruple the price to have the exact same platform that we have, to have the same like perks, the same deals. They've got curated trips, cruises, all the things, and they're charging $80, $120 a month. So I want you guys to understand how competitive this is, and they don't sell physical products. So when you look at the compensation, you look at the rewards, the loyalty, like he said, if you just travel 4 nights, just 4 nights out of the entire year, it pays for itself, potentially even 1 or 2 nights. So that's why we wanted to make the price so affordable. We wanted to make it a no-brainer. And of course, we want to incentivize people to stay on it because of that annual loyalty trip. So yeah, we're excited about this. The site should be live very soon. And listen, if some of this was fast or like it went over your head, remember, you can always go back and watch the replay. We stream everything right here in this social retail new wave group. You can add people into this group. They can watch the replay. You can go back, pause, rewind. You also have a team. You have an upline. You have a leadership team. You have this whole community here to help you. We're in business for ourselves, but we're never by ourselves. That is the beauty of what we do, right? We all work together to help each other grow a team, grow a customer base. Obviously, there's a lot more coming in July, but we're excited to finally go live with this travel portal. I know some of you, I've had people say, oh man, I'm like trying to book a trip like literally in July. Like I need to book my vacation for the summer and they've been waiting for this. So yes, it's live today. In fact, some of you that are watching the replay, it's probably already live. So we will let you know. We'll do a post here in the group once you can go onto the site and officially register. I think the goal is here in the next like 30 minutes, but obviously we'll let you know as soon as it's ready. We'll do a post here in the group. Tony, anything else you want to close it out?
No, we'll just know that there's a lot of questions coming in, John, right now. My phone's blowing up. The chats are blowing up. We will get those answered in a FAQ. You will see it. If not today, tomorrow, just be patient. But all your questions will get answered.
Yes. And listen, if you say you're overwhelmed, remember, I always say the same thing. It's better to be overwhelmed than underwhelmed and be like, this is it. This sucks. We want you to be overwhelmed. That's the exciting part about this, right? This is all brand new. We're all earning and learning together. Listen, I haven't even registered for the travel portal. You understand? Like we're all doing this together. You know, they always say timing in business is everything. You know, get in early. That's how you make the big bucks. You can't get in any earlier than this. So Jake, we appreciate your partnership. We appreciate all the things you and DJ are doing for us. And we're excited about this platform. We're excited to be global day one. And by the way, this does qualify you for commissions. This will make it so you are fully eligible for all things commission-wise. And Tony, appreciate you hosting, brother. You're the man.
Yeah, you got it.
Crush it, guys. See ya.
Take care, guys. Bye.